Morning, so it's day 2 of UKSG. It's Tuesday today. I'm having a slightly leisurely start to the day. I'm not sleeping so well, often the case when I'm at conferences, so I'm kind of looking after myself this morning and not having a crazy early start. I've got a meeting this morning anyway to chat about some kind of women's leadership information and kind of courses and programs that we'd like to do, and sort of chatting to other people about whether this idea has legs and what we might want to do about it, and just really thinking about what we can do as a sector to support leadership, like I mentioned in yesterday's blog. So I've got a meeting about that this morning, and then there's a couple of parallel sessions that I'm hoping to attend today. It's always the case that lots of them clash. So in one of the sessions today, I think this afternoon and tomorrow morning, there's 3 sessions that I want to go to, and obviously the maximum I'm going to be able to go to really is 2. So I'll probably be keeping an eye on Twitter, because sadly I won't be able to make all of the sessions that I want to do. But yeah, so there's that, and then there's today is the AGM, the UKSG AGM, and some sort of lightning talk sessions as well, and I always enjoy those. So yeah, I'm going to try and attend some lots of different content today, hopefully, and as mentioned yesterday, hopefully get a little bit of time to explore the exhibition as well. But obviously within that time frame, then I'm going to have my own session that I'm doing this afternoon, so I will need to do a little bit more prep for that in advance, so I won't have a particularly long lunch. There's also a session during the lunch that I want to attend, actually, like an informal session that's not part of the formal programme, but is an update on some of the JISC services that I'm hoping to attend during the lunch as well. So another busy day, and then tonight's the conference dinner as well, so yes, very busy day. I'm going to try and attend as much as I can, but also try to take some time out during the day if I can, so that I'm not too tired. So I will check in later when I've attended some stuff and got some things to update on, so looking forward to it. Okay, so it's mid-afternoon now. I've just finished my second run of Sarah and my session on values-based leadership. Really positive, really good buzz in the room, lots of engagement with the content. People love the origami frogs, which is always nice. I should show, you know what I mean by this, but as part of our work, we gave people, bear with me, we gave people an origami frog. I will show you. This is one of the origami frogs. It does jump. It's a little origami thing. Basically, these have values inside them. Each of them has a value, and we set them, each of the people, a challenge to embrace that value whilst at the conference, or if it doesn't feel comfortable with them, to explore why that might be, and hopefully to have a discussion with people about their values and what they thought about that. We were going to write them on pieces of paper and fold them, and then one of my wackier ideas, because I love a challenge, one of my values is challenge, was to make these origami frogs. And it was based on a pattern that I was given in one of the books from the exhibition last year on mindfulness through colouring and paper-based activities that one of the publishers was giving away last year. So it was nice to go from one UKSG to make those. A little bit gimmicky, but it was a nice end to the session, and the session itself went really well. People really seem interested in this topic, which is great, because it's something that Sarah and I are really passionate about, sharing with other people, and hearing their experiences as well. So it was a really nice interactive session, which is really good. The rest of the day, so I spent this morning sort of planning some kind of future ideas and thinking about some of the future work that I would like to be involved in terms of supporting leadership, specifically for women. There seems to be an issue around diversity with that. So thinking a little bit about that, chatting to people about that. Also, I went to the lightning talks just before lunch, which are really interesting actually. So they were about kind of engagement, and the first one was from Liverpool University, who've got a great Twitter account that they use in quite a sort of humorous way. They try to kind of talk more about the fun aspect of the library and its staff. So it was interesting to kind of hear about their perspective on using social media to engage with their users. And then there was a session from somebody from Senate House Library who was talking about some of the work that they've done around the radical events and things like that, which was interesting. And then there was also a really interesting session which was presented by Bernie Folan and Claire Grace about key messages that librarians would like publishers to know. And that was interesting actually. So they did a sort of small scale survey to find out, to gather the key messages that librarians as a collective would like to get across to publishers. And I think they're hoping that they will be able to do a similar thing of the messages that publishers would get to librarians. Some of the key things that came out in that was obviously things around cost, pricing, models, ebook models in terms of access and pricing and various different things around that, user experience and access, so being more consistent about the user experience on different publisher platforms, and also just about improving the communication and collaboration between libraries and publishers, which obviously is a pertinent thing for something like UKSG. So that was really good. And then I also, during the lunch, there was a session that I went to, which was an update on some of the JISC activities at the moment, and that was really good, a kind of quick fire overview of some of the work that's going on in terms of transforming the library support services, updates on some of the things that JUSP are doing. I used to work on the JUSP project, so it was really nice to see what they've been up to since I left the team, and they've been continuing the work that I started in terms of challenges of collecting ebook data, and also doing some stuff with Tableau as well, which is nice, so kind of data visualizations. So some of that work will be coming into fruition, and also starting to collect different types of usage stats, which I know from my experience when I used to do the user support role and getting user feedback, that was always in high demand, so I'm sure that'll be really welcome for the community, which is great. And then also a bit of an update on some of the other areas within GIST, so the open access areas, so publication router and monitor local, and also some things around authentication as well. I think it was called Liberate, which is the kind of new system that GISC are developing, and it's currently being trialled. So that was really good. And then I've just had obviously my session, just a quick run back to the hotel to refresh and reflect a little bit. It's been a really full-on day again, and then I'm going to rush back now. It's so good having my hotel room close to the convention centre. It only takes me like 3 minutes, something like that, to get into the session, so that's great. So I'm going to head over, because this is the session where there are 3 breakouts that I'd like to attend, so I'm probably going to be attending one and then following the others on social media, and hopefully attending another one tomorrow. But yeah, really enjoying today, some really good discussions and really interesting content, so that's all good. So I just went back and I've done the final session that I'm doing on Tuesday, which was about KBART, which is a sort of standard for knowledge base, so metadata basically, so information about publications. And obviously I'm aware of KB+, I've worked with KB+ on a couple of things, which is funded by JISC. So I'm aware of some of these things, but I don't know that much about the standards. When I used to work on the JUST project, we used what was called a sushi standard, which is a standard for usage stats, and I'm quite familiar with that, and my kind of the logical part of my brain, which is quite a dominant part of my brain, it really likes that and can see the value in those kind of using those standards. And obviously working in an area like libraries, there are so many different players who need to have access to data, and so using a standard is really good for supporting interoperability between the different systems. So it was useful for me to learn more about that side of things from the KBART standards, and it was a really good session because there was an overview of the standard, a bit more information, some of the challenges, and also then we had one presenter speaking from the publisher side of things, and one presenter talking from the data provider side of things, so that was from KB+, and it was interesting to hear the different perspectives, and I really like it when panels bring together those differences. I think that's one of the really good strengths about the UKSG conference, is bringing different stakeholder groups together, and it's great when you have a panel that has that on the same topic but from different perspectives. So yeah, something a little bit different, but I enjoyed it. That was a session where there was quite a few things that I'd wanted to go to, but I'm glad that I went to that. And tomorrow I'm hoping to go to a session within that on digital leadership, which I think will be good. So it's currently about 5 o'clock, yep, just gone 5 o'clock. There are some sessions now, but I'm exhausted and I've got a bit of a headache, which is not like me. So I'm just going to chill out for a little bit. We've got the dinner soon anyway, so I need to get changed. It's a Ruby themed thing for the 40th anniversary. Sadly, I don't have any glittery red shoes. The closest I've got is a burgundy dress, so that's going to have to do. I'm looking forward to that, but quite conscious that I perhaps won't stay until the end like I sometimes do, because I am suffering a little bit from just how much information to take in, and just feeling quite tired at the moment. But hopefully this hour that I've got now will help to recharge me a little bit. But again, really enjoyable session, really enjoyable day. It's been really nice as well. There's been some really positive tweets about our session, and people starting to kind of share which values they were given as their challenge to embrace during the conference, and just some general feedback that people really enjoyed having the opportunity to reflect, rather than just kind of listen to a presentation on a certain topic. And I think it's great that UKSG accepted our proposal, because we believe that's really important, to take time during the conference to reflect and to think about things from a personal perspective, but also think about the practical takeaways as well. But to do that as well as thinking about things that are specific to people's job roles. So it's really nice to hear that people really appreciated having that space to reflect on their values and on how they display those in the workplace. So it's been really nice to see those positive feedback from the sessions. So yeah, just gonna chill out a little bit and then go to the conference dinner later. So I'll probably leave this vlog here today, and get this finished, and then I'll probably check in tomorrow. It's just a half day tomorrow, but there's all being well, I would really like to go to 2 breakout sessions tomorrow morning, so I might do some packing in advance so that I can kind of check out of my hotel a little bit early and go to the sessions tomorrow, because they're 2 that I'm kind of looking forward to, but they had 2 in the same slot, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but I'm also quite looking forward to finishing a little bit earlier tomorrow and heading home, just to kind of chill out and sleep a little bit. But it's been a really good day, really nice to catch up with some people as well, and I'm looking forward to doing more of that at the conference dinner tonight. So end of day 2, really great conference. I do particularly enjoy the UKSG conference. So thanks very much. If you're watching this, I hope you find it useful, and I will check in again tomorrow.